This is our third clip on commands. I have 29 clips explaining commands, and this is number 3. Now, please, please, please make sure you watch clip number 1 before you watch this clip. This clip will not make sense unless you've watched the first command clip. All right. Now, in this clip, we're still ordering one friend to do something. But in this clip, we're considering what do we do if it's a boot verb or a stem chaining verb. Verbs like think, remember, understand, sleep, and repeat in Spanish are what we call boot verbs or stem chaining verbs. And because they're tricky or hard in the present tense, they're going to be tricky or hard in the command form. Okay? Now, I'm going to uncover the Spanish. I'm going to say the English, then the Spanish, and clap. And after I clap, I'd like you to repeat. Now remember, you're ordering one friend to do the following things. Number 1, think, piensa. Think, piensa. Number 2, remember, recuerda. Remember, recuerda. Number 3, understand, entiende. Understand, entiende. Number 4, sleep, duerme. Sleep, duerme. And number 5, repeat, repite. Repeat, repite. Now, what makes these hard is you have to remember the verbs pensar, recordar, entender, dormir, and repetir. You also have to remember that they're stem changers or boot verbs, and you have to remember whether the E turns into IE or the E turns into I. So these are tricky, all right? Now, again, piensa until now to you meant 5 things. You thought piensa, based on Spanish 1 or 2, meant he thinks, she thinks, it thinks, you sir think, you ma'am think, and now you're learning it's also a command, think. Okay, so piensa actually means 6 things. And remember, some of you are thinking, but Mr. Hult, I'm talking to a friend. Shouldn't it end in an S? No. Everybody say statements. Statements. In English, the word statements starts with an S and ends with an S. In Spanish, if the verb ends in an S, you're making statements to your friend, like tú piensas mucho, you think a lot. But if you drop the S and say piensa, you're ordering one friend to think. Recuerda, you're ordering one friend to remember. So entiendes to your friend means you understand, like you understand a lot about Spanish. But if you order your friend, you need to understand. As a command, it's entiende. To make sure you understand and remember how to pronounce these, in closing, I'm going to say the Spanish, clap, and I'd like you to repeat the Spanish with me, okay? Piensa, piensa. Recuerda, recuerda. Entiende, entiende. Duerme, duerme. And finally, repite, repite. I put repite last because it's tricky. It's a boot verb, and you know that the E is going to turn into I. But hold on, Spanishguyhult. There are 2 E's. Okay? Now, here's what I want you to remember. This is a higher level concept. If it's a boot verb and the E turns into I, and there are 2 E's, it's always the second E that changes. So it's not repeat, it's not repete, it's repite. Again, if it's a boot verb and the E turns into I, and there are 2 E's in the verb, it's always the second E that changes. So it's repite. Cool.